Speaking of which, Tasha, your character will probably assume he's a drow unless you actually look at his ears, which his hood is on right now.
Right now, you think he is a drow elf. Yes.
Yep.
He's got the skin, he's got the eyes, his hair is sticking out, a little bit of it is sticking out, and is white. You're like, oh, it's just another drow. Yeah, she must have found somebody she liked, but type of thing, right? You're used to a Lenya who's like brings them all home to take them home. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're just assuming it's just one of her toys or something.
Lucio say also we have something that might show up randomly. I found a guard? No, bandit leader who has
you recruited a bandit leader in with a small guild, so he might be an errand boy for you. Yes, you tell Quara about your actual toy, except not that way.
Yes,
you just maybe don't mention that part.
A bandit leader who might show up from time to time.
All right. Anyways, the perception check that you two noticed and one person did not. The turtle is very interested in his meat and on the plate. You realize that with that one thing moving, you noticed a couple other things still moving on the table, and you got intrigued. Meanwhile, while you're norming down, the other two hear in the background. One of the bards suddenly starts talking weird and says some weird stuff in you don't understand the way he said it. Mm-hmm. It didn't sound like a language. Then, when somebody kind of knocks him upside the head, he's like, "Beware the song without echo! The mind mage bargains with silence!" And suddenly he falls over.
Quara's like, "Sir, are you having a fit?"
He's unconscious now, but...
The mind mage what?
You didn't hear it. Gone. I said, beware the song without echo. The mind mage bargains with silence.
Bargains with silence.
Yeah, my brain's going to tilted.
There's a period after echo, by the way.
I figured.
You're looking for a road.
This sounds familiar.
Does it?
It does. I'm double checking that's not something that we heard recently down here.
Oh, I'm not sure if you did or not.
I believe it.
Sounds like it could be something you might have heard, though. If you did, it might have been around the time where you saw a certain book.
I'm gonna say the mind mage, my half sister.
Possibly.
She's like, we have to go see Dad again. And my creepy half sister.
What are you talking about?
My dad managed to secure a book that looked like it was made out of illithid skin. And I've been meaning to go back and talk to him about what it is. And he's avoiding my mother. Like he does. And I got introduced to my creepy mind-talking half-sister.
I see. Not.
Well, yeah, don't question it. Just follow her lead.
My dad's very... Looks at the bard.
Eccentric.
Where's the bard? Makes motion.
Sorry.
He's not actually a bard, but you could swear he is one. You'll understand when you meet him.
Yes. Sorry.
He also doesn't look like one of us. One of me.
One of us.
One of us. Looks Rosin. One of me.
Well, it's just one of you.
Oh my god, if there's more than one of her.
He's unique, to put it nicely.
All right, so what's the plan? You finish your meal. What would you like to do?
Spells. Checking to see. Haha. All right. Oh wait.
And then I tap 3 mana and
Be
cast
within
message.
range. I'm gonna say
What's range of
has to be the range of 120 feet
for?
for message. I was gonna do the message thing to go say, "Hey, Dad, I need to talk to you," but I don't think he's within 120 feet. That kind of nixes that idea.
Doesn't that make
It's
message
fucking-
pretty much a useless spell?
Yes.
You can still use message for your party members to use it for directives.
Yes, but they limited it so you can't suddenly send a message back home.
Yep,
But she does have a cellular device.
It does.
she doesn't
does
have a
Dad?
number.
Oh, true. I never gave you that.
No, you didn't.
Well,
Because
rip.
our phones weren't working for the Underdark at the time.
Correct.
That's fine. She's gonna go to the barkeep and go, have you seen insert Dad's name here because Rosie doesn't remember Dad's name currently.
Aeron.
Aeron? Okay.
Yes, his name is Aeron.
Have you seen Aeron lately? I know
I'm
you
looking
teased
for
him.
this man that looks like this. This is his name. He's dear to me.
I need to talk to him. No, you don't say that they're dear to you, not down here.
Well,
Actual
he's dear to me. Could be slang for I need him dead.
Yeah, I don't want him dead.
Yeah.
Why? You come out of your food stupor. You've noticed something. In the corner, you see the guy flexing his arm. Like, not like he's going to punch someone or anything. Like, he's showing off. He's, like, sitting there doing, like, one of those big bicep, like, flexes, just, like, showing off to somebody in the background. You don't see them at all, but you do see a hand come up, like, kind of calm him down, like that calm down gesture.
Yeah.
And then like shoo him away. The guy that was flexing gets like a really dejected kind of oh fuck sort of reaction from his body language. You know that anywhere. He just got turned down for something. Like he was offering something, or that other one was offering him something, and he, for whatever reason, got nope. Do you want to investigate, or are you happy with ignoring?
Yeah, he'll go investigate why the guy got rejected.
As you get a little bit closer, you start to pick up on the topics. So, by the way, the other two of you just saw Quar stand up and start walking kind of carefully towards the corner of the room. But Quar, as you get closer, you notice they're talking, like the guy that you didn't see is speaking to a person on the other side of the table, and you pick up fight and hit and arena and we need more contenders and da-da-da. That guy was pathetic. Dude couldn't even fight his way out of a wet paper bag sort of comments.
Quar goes over and goes, I heard arena and fights.
I hear you're looking for fighters.
Yep.
Sort of thing, right? Alright, well, how would you like to present yourself? Are you going to be like persuasive, or would you like to just sit down and intimidate the motherfuckers?
He will be persuasive.
Alright, roll me a persuasion check. Well, either the two of you will care to figure out what Quar is doing. He just went over and sat at a different table.
Can I tell by his body language what he's doing, given what... Nope, that'd be a line that could do that. Nope, you'll do a perception. Nope, that's an insight, sorry. Insight.
Yes, you're doing an insight.
19.
No,
I
I
say,
ain't.
can I do an insight as well?
You can also do an insight, yes.
Thank you.
Today is D&D, so no singing.
Wow.
No, the two of you are very
You can
in
have
depth,
one.
talking about what each other's going for, and one of you is like, "Oh, he must be talking about the noodles or something," is what Lyra thought.
It must be the noodles. It has to be the noodles. Like, man,
Maybe that's the
the
chef.
noodles are moving.
He does
The
like
noodles
his
are moving too
food a little
much.
more than I care to admit, but maybe he's asking. Yeah, maybe he's asking about the noodles because they are different this time around.
All right, so Quar, the two
Well,
gentlemen
Clark's
there
like, fight,
are
yes,
very.
now.
The two gentlemen there are very interested in you since you sat down. You know, your type isn't very common around here. You got the shell, you got the muscles, they see your weapon, and both of them get that, cartoon cash money choo choo looking eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of got that look and were like, ah, yes. Well, I'm sure we can come up with something. If you're truly interested in this, meet at, and then one of them hands you a small metal disc. Think of it as bigger than a coin. Think of it like coaster size.
Yeah.
On it is a bunch of symbols, like words, letters, writing in what look like a couple different languages. But basically what it is, it tells you where the address is, and it is a contender token, essentially. You need it to get in as a
Was that the
contender.
last sneeze? I think that was the last
He'll
sneeze.
take it.
Das Umschut?
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay, that was the last sneeze.
That's a blow.
It's a Canadian goose. All right, Quar, you've just got yourself an invitation as a contender in a underground pit fight.
He will definitely take it and go find his party members.
Alright, so welcome to the Fight Club.
Yep.
Welcome to Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club.
I'm doing
Don't talk
fine.
about
How are
Fight
you,
Club.
Graves?
Who said there's rules?
Anyway, so you say you want to take us over to your party member. What you going to say to us?
Like, and just figure out what we can go do. He presents a contender coin and it goes, I'm gonna go fight.
Why?
Because it's just what I do. Whatever Alenia is, her Quar is going to do a fighting sense tingles.
Lenya's like, he's doing it again, isn't he?
Yep.
Welcome
I'm
to
doing it
the
at the
watch.
same time that this again.
Yep.
Because she's seen him do it a couple times. Not a lot, but a couple.
Well, I like to watch.
He's gotta, keep his physique up.
Exactly. Plus,
You can feel free to watch, but I'm going to be surveying the crowd in the area. I need to find my father.
Quar goes, who knows, we might find him there.
That sounds like something he'd be interested in, actually.
She's just like, yeah. She walks over to the guys and goes and looks to the people that Quar had talked to and goes, "You have room for a mage?"
Well, the one that you could see as you were walking up kind of looks at you, looks you up and down. No, we only do the physical fights. True combat. I'm sorry. Magic is beneath this endeavor. The other person doesn't even respond.
Magic.
The other person doesn't even respond, and you, for whatever reason, you can't get a grasp of what they look like. Guy who has only seen a hand of them so far, like, no matter how you position yourself, adjust yourself to try to get a peek at him, you can't. It doesn't work. There's always something that's blocking your sight, or the angle is just off, or the lighting shifted weirdly. So basically, you're just like, you don't get any details about that person for some reason. And as a good note taker, you're immediately like, this seems sus.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was just about to say that seems absolutely sus. I'm actually checking my skill sets right now to see like is there anything I can do about that? Because I do have a hunting trap right here in my pocket. I'm joking.
Roasted.
um. Hmm.
Oh yeah.
But no, that right there
Well,
seems
magic
very
infused
very
crystal.
fucking
I
sus.
forgot about that.
So what?
I have the infused crystal. I forgot about that.
Dang. Alright, so what is your plan?
Drag his party mates and goes, let's go fight. Oh, I'll go fight.
I want to go kick some ass.
Exactly.
I feel this is a good opportunity to do wagers.
Oh yeah, I bet you could bet on something.
Oh yeah.
I bet on Quar.
Probably the good idea. It's usually the best bet to bet on the player character.
Oh, obviously. However, depending on who you're going up against, might actually change the outcome.
Like, oh yes, I think you could win against this one. Oh, I don't know about that one. Turns out the one that all the ones that you're like, oh, these are pushovers. They're actually like high level fighters. The one you think is going to be like brutal is like a mage. Level 1 mage.
She'll look to the person who she can't get a read on for shit, and will put down a small part of her bag and go, I bet 100 on the turtle. 100 gold, that is.
The other person at the table responds with a, "You can do that at the fight, love. Please,
No.
shoo before we have to have you removed."
She just kind of rolls her eyes and just kind of glares.
The guy that is talking to is a drow and is male. And is saying this to an obvious drow female.
Got this.
Yep.
Come on, Rose, you got this.
Can you be
what you
bitchy?
do? You got this. You can do it.
Are you going to be?
Motherfucker! But we're in our Carthus, not in a normal city. That won't go well, but the urge to fucking do it is there. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I know.
Well, you can do it. You've seen Salisbury did it before. You can do it yourself.
She'll look at him, and because she's a dex build, I'm gonna ask if I can threaten him. But she's gonna walk away. She's not gonna actually hurt him. But basically, do the put dagger to throat and go. Don't tell me what to do.
Well, he's at an angle where it would be very awkward to get to him to put the dagger to him, but you brandish your dagger threateningly, and he gets the idea. However,
I would say Ross was going to let out.
Check.
I would say Ross was going to let out a loud sigh, and he just kind of like turns his back towards the interaction, and goes like, "This is bound to go well."
I am really listening on that shit. Fuck that.
Cora kind of looks at them and goes, "Do I have to pick you up?"
I'm about to say you look that way.
He seems slightly taken aback. Kind of like it didn't expect you to be that sharp-witted or something. He's just like, oh.
She's like, grab, twirl, and go. Don't tell me what to do. It won't end.
Rose, in a modern world sense, the look on his face was, oh my god, that girl just talked back to me.
How dare she?
Man privilege, drow male privilege just kicked in.
And she just kind of grins as she walks away. Because of... This is why I don't like coming down here. Let's go, gentlemen. We have somebody to go find, and somebody to get registered for his fight.
Cora goes, "Alright. Hi ho, hi ho."
Hi ho.
All right, Quar, as that interaction was going on, you were reading the coin a little bit more, like flipping it over, looking at all the details on it, and you noticed that it does not allow you to use outside weapons and armor, not non-magical weapons. It will have a weapon equivalent to yours. It just nothing magical. They believe in pure physical.
All right.
Don't use your lightning, in other words.
All right.
The basic
Imagine
fist-to-fist or weapon-to-weapon fight.
I was just thinking to myself, can you imagine a character with a belt of giant strength? Just sounds like a belt.
Belt of giant strength, monk.
Yeah, and then now you have to remove your belt, so now you're like, oh, shite.
Take off the belt,
okay,
drop it.
That's okay, I have a mace.
Perfect.
You thought I needed this belt to be stronger? No, it was my restriction.
Right.
Exactly. It was a weight belt. It wasn't a belt of giant strength. It was a belt of giant strength, as in it weighs the same as a frost giant.
Oh, yeah.
Just like Rock Lee's fucking movement. Good times,
Yep.
good times.
All right, so you guys are heading out of the place. Your tab is covered for the day. Where would you like to head to?
Fight
To
pits.
the Fight Club.
Go there right away. You don't want to stop anywhere along the path.
We don't really have
I
anywhere.
don't think you need to, but
Nope.
all right. So making it across town, you get into a more mining style district. This place has holes in the walls. Obviously, things dig here for ores and stuff. And when you see some of the signs for the fight, they look less sanctioned than some you've seen in other cities. As in, like, some places have dedicated to stuff. This seems more Fight Club style, literally, like underground. It's an underground thing in an underground city. Talk about meta.
Fourth
So,
don't die on me, Quar.
Quar goes out. So the legality of this place is questionable.
At best.
All right, so you get up there. You do see a couple other fighters queuing up for a specific line, and then you see other people mingling around like the fight area. The fight area in this isn't an arena or anything. It's literally a circle with people standing around it and like a tiny little rope fence. It's a boxing ring.
Quar goes, I'm here to sign up.
You're in that. You get in that line. The other ones are there. It goes fairly quickly. They hand over their coin. The person looks at them, hands them a chunk of rock. The person in front, you're slightly confused by that as you get closer to the front. And then you see the guy in front of you grab it. He puts it in his hand, kind of like just looks at it for a second, and then crushes it. Like it crushes like it was a piece of bread.
That's even
it's
worse.
the test.
And he's like, and push lets the powder go through. You do see a small pile of powder there. So it looks like other people have been crushing them.
Oh, it's like the Dragon Ball Z punch meter.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a qualifier, pretty much.
Yes. So, when it's your turn, you had your coin, person kind of says something to you in a language you don't fully understand. A variant of Undercommon. It's like, oh yeah, no god, crush, type thing. You grab that thing, you do a strength check for me, with advantage.
Quar will give the coin, take the rock, and
I've been alright. I've been...
turn the
30-20 is very nice,
Turn into powder.
That thing exploded like somebody just shot a block of chalk with a anti-tank rifle.
And then
The person looks pretty impressed.
And then he lets the sand just fall out of his hand.
Yeah. Person's like nods at you, motions you to go around to the fighter side, allows the next person to come up. If there's about 8 people in total.
Yeah. If there's anybody taking down names for like the fighters, Quar just goes. The name is Quar, Quar. It's a lot harder to say in the Toro tongue.
Let's say Quar.
Pretty much.
Quar.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have all of these in your mouth. Opens mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm being harassed by a small person. What's up, Luna? Oh, I'm doing push-ups. Nice. You're doing good. Uh-huh. Oh, he's sleeping? I thought he was doing push-ups. Oh, I get it.
But
All right,
I've
so
been off and on for a while.
yes, they take down your name, carves it or something onto something. Not carves it, writes it.
Yeah.
Writes it down. Some notes on you or something. You go over to stand with the other fighters. They're all like talking to each other. No one seems to be like beaking off or trying to like talk shit or anything. Everyone just seems to be here for the enjoyment of the fight. These seem to be fighters that don't want to outright murder things, right?
They don't want to mark someone.
Good start so far.
Maybe that's why that other guy wasn't accepted. He was too violent.
Makes sense.
They want a quality show, not necessarily a bloodbath.
Yeah.
So, like, you see... Alright, so for the other battles, I'm going to get Tasha to roll me 7d20.
Alright, 7d20.
Also, just so you know, I'm making this roll for making poisons.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go look around for my dad in the background at the same time.
Alright, and Tasha, one last one for you.
Alright.
Initiatives.
Wait, what?
Oh,
No, these aren't initiative.
Okay.
I'm doing, for the fights that Tasha's in, I'm getting her to roll me some stuff so that I can just be like, simulated in my brain.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because I don't want to have to roll through every single fight.
Yeah, and I was just rolling for a poison, like making poison. That was it.
You're sitting in the background, you're mixing a couple things together, You look down beside you and you see a rare spider. You've seen it once or twice before in the town, but you didn't get close enough to see them. You know those happen to have a fairly virulent poison if properly raised.
Oh.
Just gotta milk it so you don't like.
This is a very young one, so it's kind of safe right now. But once they get a little bit older, they can be deadly.
Perfect. Take the vial, pop the spider into it, put it into his bag of holding.
Don't suffocate
He'll do it later.
You grab it with no problem. There's a lot of, for a spider. There's a lot of air in a test tube, actually.
Yeah. Plus, if I remember correctly, once something goes into the bag of holding, it's kind of in a stasis state.
More or less. In this case, I'll allow it. Yeah. A person that goes into a bag of holding in the 2024 edition has the wit does not suffocate. If a player goes in there, they could hold they don't need to hold their breath for a little while. They could survive in one for a limited period of time.
That
somehow.
Cool.
A couple people could, theoretically.
Yeah,
so as a viable way in the other game of getting across a long room, everyone except one person that was really good at climbing could have got into the thing, then they could have carried it across and everyone could have got up.
About that. Shut up.
Hey, I think my idea was pretty fun, though. Just
Your idea was awesome.
Yeet the halfling!
Wow.
All right, so you got yourself this interesting little spider.
Neat.
Rose, I will allow you to
Okay.
do 3 perception checks. Yes, you now have a spider companion. Ah ha 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 ha. I know. You have to do 2 more.
Not today!
All right, so the first one for finding your dad in a crowd. You found him.
Woo!
In fact, you found him by seeing your sister first.
Yeah, this is just kind of obvious.
The other 2, however, were not things you noticed. But I will allow you to do 1 more perception check.
Oh no, that's gonna be good.
16.
All right, I just need to look at your inventory for a second.
Oh. Did you just
Someone
get
just tried to
mugged?
nick shit off me.
Yeah, I think you just got.
Not tried.
Did.
Oh, they succeeded.
I'll laugh my ass off if it's the spider silk item.
Which one was that?
The smoking hot spider silk?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah! I'll laugh my ass off if that was the one that got nicked. Not gonna lie.
That would be hard to get off of you. Aren't you wearing it?
It does not say that I'm wearing it. It says other possessions. But I mean, I can.
I'm not sure about your other camera, but your face is above my camera screen. Perfect. Also, you have 3 scrolls of pedigree. How many royal noble families are you a part of? Holy shit.
I don't
62.
know why they're all there!
No. My bad. 69.
Exactly.
42.
21.
All right, Rose. You did notice after the fact that something about your possessions feels lighter.
She also look at like, right.
You're not sure what went missing.
I will take stock once I go deal with my dad. This is probably gonna go
Alright.
badly, but I'm going to try to sneak up on his ass. Not literal ass, but average.
There's a good amount of people here. You make your way over. As you step out, expecting to surprise him, you notice your sister staring at you, waving. As your dad says, "I was wondering when you would get over here. I saw you from
Hi.
across the room. I was just like, oh, she's got to be here to talk to me. So, how can I assist you, daughter dear?"
That book. I'm curious about it.
How so? What details? It's a book. It was simply a commission I had to partake of.
That's what you said last time, but those types of books aren't just easy to come by.
Oh, who said it was easy to come by? You know how much work I had to do for that? Oh my God, I worked so many things. You would not believe the things I have done.
More like you worked so many people.
And pardon?
You heard me.
Actually, I didn't.
She said, you mean you worked so many people?
Yes. You don't understand the things he had to do.
That's why that part and she went, you heard me.
Yeah, exactly. What? How dare you?
Am I wrong?
Well, you got to have some fun with your work.
Sure. So
You were confused by
why?
that. You seemed very confused by that comment.
It's because of how does Lothario take that in my brain? It's like, you have to have fun with your work. Lothario plus fun. No.
No, she's the most stuffy wild mage I've ever seen.
Yeah, she is.
One might almost call her a prude.
Her mother got to her, okay?
All right, so
I don't remember
you're
where
talking to him. Quar's in the queue for a fight. Quar, you've been watching these fights. A lot of these people are literally not using a weapon. They are going fist to fist.
Alright.
They just seem to like the fight aspect. These seem to be like your people. Yeah, I would say like they're like down for the fight. They're not trying to kill each other because they just want to next week fight again. Right?
Yep, that makes sense.
But the fights have been
So
pretty equal. Everyone's like wrestling. There's been a little bit of grappling in some cases, but mostly it's just the fighting, like the punch.
yeah. He's kind of debating. Should he use his mace or should he just knuckle dust him?
You get the feeling that if you take your weapon in there, whoever you're fighting will pick up a weapon.
Yeah, he'll try going no weapon for the first few matches.
Go that fisticuffs, right?
Yeah.
By the way, the damage is like D4 plus your strength modifier, I believe, for fists, unarmed. Should have an unarmed thing on your sheet.
Yep.
I was gonna say right now, while she's doing this, I'm just getting so many ideas of like, if I had went the assassin route, do you know how many people here I could start like murdering off one by one?
Oh yeah, assassins can be very brutal.
Yes, they can. I will say though, since this right here seems to just be your standard Fight Club fisticuffs type scenarios, Roswell was hoping something interesting was going to happen, but he's kind of bored now, so he will be.
Yeah, and this just like looks like a bunch of people that are going to beat the shit out of each other for a bit, and then like have a beer afterwards.
Oh yeah, so Roswell's going to go ahead and leave out the area with his newfound spider, and he's probably going to wander the streets for a little bit. He is specifically want to see if he can encounter, not directly interact, but just encounter anyone from the Thorn Society.
All right. Well, I'm going to get you to do perception and insight and a investigation.
All right.
All right, and now I need 2 persuasions.
2 persuasions. God damn it, my phone is ringing.
That's okay.
Be right back.
Yep.
Yep.
You okay, Rose?
I'm good.
So this is
Looking at two
All right,
documents, trying to find the information on that book.
Your dad had gotten you to pick up the book for him and bring it to him, if I remember correctly, and you wanted to know more information, but you didn't know any more information yet.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why we were trying to find out information specifically. Because there was something you said, I can't remember what, and I had written it down, I think. As to why, other than that there's one known illithid in the city.
Cool.
That's something I should ask him as well.
All right, what are you going to ask him?
Writing it down one sec. Well, first off, did he get the book off of the illithid in town, or is this something to do with trying to get them to work for him?
You want him to tell you what his sources are, or tell you who his employer might be. Well, that's kind of shady of you. That's kind of something that most people aren't going to tell you who's giving them the money that they're not supposed to be getting, or tell you all of the details. However, this is your father, so give me a persuasion check.
I was gonna say it's Dad, so man. For a nat 20.
All right, give me an insight check.
For a 7.
All right, so you're not sure if he's lying, but your dad suddenly goes into some amazing details. He's like, oh yes, that fellow, if you can call them that. He admits that the illithid in question was the employer. Not in those exact words, but you get the gist of what he's saying. The illithid in question may or may not be genderless from some of the comments he made. So one or two of them might have made you kind of shudder a little bit, because while you remember that tentacle from the food being fun, you don't think tentacles in other places would be as fun? Or maybe you do.
I am his daughter.
But yeah, so you get some basic information. He gives you some details. The illithid in question was trying to reobtain the book. He won't tell you what the book was about.
Why?
You're not sure if that's because he doesn't want to, or if he doesn't actually know. I think maybe he doesn't know the full details of it. He believes it had. He thinks it was arcane in nature rather than anything else, which is weird for an illithid because they typically avoid magic. They typically stick with their mind magic. But then again, they normally don't live by themselves in the Drow City. All right, Quar, you're up.
All right, Quar will.
Rolling initiative first. You and your opponent are going fisticuffs to fisticuffs. This individual is human in nature. He's a big fellow. He looks to be about, I don't know, rough equivalent to you in strength-wise. You got a dirty 20.
Yep.
You go first.
All right. I would like to rage.
You're going to rage. That's not against the rules. I will allow.
And then I'm going to punch this guy in the face twice.
You go, wah. Crit fish. What? Don't pull that cord. What'd you lose?
This is
Nice!
with the left hook.
So, you got that classic old thing, like, move like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know, the boxing techniques. You're like,
yes.
You swing wide with that first attack, but keen observers are like, did he do that intentionally? Because that second left-handed uppercut that you just did absolutely KO'd him. Like you one-shotted him. You glass-jawed this guy. You just like, oh, whoa. He's down. Ding, ding, ding.
All right.
5-second win.
God damn it.
The crowd is silent. They did not expect the newcomer to come in swinging quite that powerfully. After a moment of like jaws on the floor, cheering.
Yep.
Like, people are just like, wow, that was amazing. Though they prefer a longer fight, that was still amazing. I do find it funny that your first roll was at 2, so 1 away from a 1.
Right.
So close.
Is this guy seeing like little birdies flying around his head though?
More or less, yeah. Stars, birds, and bugles. You're not sure where the bugles came from.
Yeah.
But those are discontinued.
It was discontinued.
Bless you.
All right. So yeah,
Round
1. Oh well, you're round 1.
What does my persuasion came out to be?
All right. So back to you, since you're back. You are basically you're talking around. You're asking about a couple questions. You walk up to one guy. Hey, you know anything about? Walk up to another person. The investigation was to see who you need to talk to, and the persuasion was to get information out of them. So, the general gist of things is, after about half an hour of walking around, asking a few people certain things, you come to the realization that the fight club that your friend is at is actually organized by a member of the Thorns named Ember.
Motherfucker.
Oh, that's just great.
And you remember something about hearing that. When in your recruitment stuff, you remember they had little fight club type things all over. They often use them for testing new members or for like just getting a lay of things, and they obviously use it for making money.
Oh, that's even more better. Oh, I know exactly what to do then. That's perfect. Alright, Roswyn will go back to his hotel, or his inn, and just kind of prep tools and items for his next goal.
Perfect.
And he may even visit a market or two.